Okay, I've taken a photograph and I'm coming back to this. I moved the camera a little bit, I think. Now, should I go to detailing this or should I come to this? I don't think I need any detailing out there. No, I won't do any detailing out there. I'll come to, I'll do a little bit of work here. I'll have some plants out here. And while this is drying, I can handle this. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Now I need a little bit of yellow ochre, and a little bit of yellow. Yeah, little bit of chrome yellow. The recording is going on. Little bit of chrome yellow. Gamboge yellow is there. Okay, I'm taking a little bit of gamboge yellow. Uh, I have green, I have blue, so I don't need those colors. I have a brown. I'm going to go to a slightly bigger brush. I'll go to this brush instead of this brush. I'll wash my brushes and keep washing your brushes and taking them out of water and dry them a little bit and keep them flat. Now, if possible, you can keep them vertical with the brush side, bristle side up, but it's not always necessary. Uh, okay, there are going to be some distant plants. See, the trick is to practice changing the angle of your stroke, changing the size of your brush stroke, so to make the surface interesting. Okay, texture is one element that keeps the eye on your painting, keeps the viewer's eye on your painting. Uh, a good painting is one that retains the attention of the viewer the longest. Okay, so there are some paintings which you want to go back again and again and see. Those are the best paintings, right? And now you can sort of find out. Like the paintings that are considered to be good are good because people want to see it over and over again. Sometimes it is hype, but mostly because there is something that you see new every time you see that painting, right? Isn't it true? So one way of increasing the interest in the viewer is creating texture. Yeah? You have to practice, it has to be realistic, it has to be meaningful. Do you see that I am painting the shadows? Huh? Here I am painting the shadows. My strokes are differing so much that when you look at it, you'll start thinking, oh my God, yeah, those plants have. How did he do it? And the artist will think, how did he do it? That is what is in giving the right texture in the right place. Okay. usually this is done towards the end, but I am trying to finish the painting as fast as possible. Most of the shadows will be on the dark areas. Huh? The detailing here has to be greater than the detailing here or here. Obviously, there will be less detailing here, slightly more, a lot, because we are standing here. Yeah, we can give a little bit of depth after it is dry. See, when if we keep increasing the depth at this point, when the color is still wet, you won't get the desired depth easily. So we wait for the colors to dry to increase the depth. Sometimes we give a very thin coat and we can give one more thin coat to make it dark, but that doesn't happen all the time. அப்போ அப்போ வந்து என்ன செய்யணும்னா, ஒரு கோட் கொடுக்குறீங்க, ஒரு கோட் கொடுத்துட்டு கொஞ்ச நேரம் வெயிட் பண்ணிவிட்டு லேசாக ட்ரை ஆனதுக்கப்புறம் ரெண்டாவது கோட்டுக்கு போகிறீங்க. அதுதான் பெட்டர். வெயிட் டில் இட் ட்ரைஸ், அப்புறம் ரெண்டாவது கோட்டுக்கு போங்க. ரெண்டாவது கோட், த செகண்ட் கோட் வில் பி டார்க்கர் பிகாஸ் தேர் வில் பி மோர் கலர் இன் தட் ஏரியா. இல்லையா? இந்த இடத்துல கலர் ஜாஸ்தி வந்த உடனே இப்போ now திஸ் பிளேஸ் இஸ் ஸ்லைட்லி ட்ரையாக. இல்லையா? இந்த இடம் கொஞ்சம் ட்ரையாக இருக்கிறதுனால இப்போ நான் வந்து அங்கங்கே அப்படியே கலர் வச்சேன்னா இட் பிகம்ஸ் டார்க்கர். இங்கே பாருங்கள், அப்படியே கலர் வச்சோன்னா இட் பிகம்ஸ் டார்க்கர். சரி, நான் பேர்ன்ஸ் ஏனாவும் ப்ளூவும் மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி வைக்கிறேன். அதான் என்னுடைய டார்க்கஸ்ட் கலர். நான் பேர்ன்ஸ் ஏனா ப்ளூ, சம்டைம்ஸ் ஐ மிக்ஸ் அ லிட்டில் பிட் ஆஃப் கிரிம்சன், அதோட கொஞ்சம் போல் கிரிம்சனை மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி பிளாக் லெவலுக்கு கொண்டு வந்துட முடியும். சரிங்களா? நம்ம எங்கூட ஒர்க் பண்ணவங்களுக்கு தெரியும், அது பிளாக் மாதிரி ஆயிரும் சமயத்தில். தட்ஸ் ட்ரூ வித் எனி மீடியம். Mix contrast colors. If it is very cool, add a dark warm color. If it is very warm, add a green or Prussian blue to get that kind of a depth that you are looking for. When I started doing this online teaching, my main aim was to teach the local art students, Tamil speaking art students. That's a local language that we have, of course. And so I was doing this in Tamil, and I started getting more other language students too, like Hindi and Telugu, who wanted this to be taught in a common language, which was English. So I started doing it in English, and some students said, okay, we understand English, but can you also teach in Tamil so that we can be very sure of what you're saying? So I go into Tamil. அப்படி இங்கிலீஷ்லேயும் கொஞ்சம் 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 ஏன்னா தெரியாமல் போக வேண்டாம், ரைட்? நல்ல டீச்சிங் தான் இது, நல்லபடியாக டீச் பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு, that's exactly what I'm doing. So suddenly I go into a language that you don't know. I'm sorry about that, but it becomes necessary for me to continue teaching in a language that the local people, local students need. Okay. So I'm trying to sort of simulate the look of some rocks out here. Let's see. Now, like if it comes out well, good. If it becomes difficult, we should be able to. We can. There are methods of doing that perfectly well. Uh, those are available. I am trying to do a trial and error basic thing. That's exactly what you people will be doing. So don't be afraid of doing that, is what I'm trying to say. Like, do it. See, let's see. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, we can do one more painting. But if you're, as I was saying earlier, if you are not going to attempt doing something that you have never done before, you're not going to do anything new. If you don't do anything new, you will lose interest in what you're doing. One. Two, people will lose interest in looking at your work. Something new has to be there all the time, right? Okay. Uh, I think we have taken 45 minutes to come to this place, which is not bad. I'm going to get a slightly darker green out here. I keep my brush like that, and when I lift it, it comes out flat like that. When I turn it, it becomes, you can see that it is sharp. Okay, so I can have a very fine, sharp edge. The tip, I am giving it a light tip by painting the top, meaning the layer behind it. Okay, and the bottom I gave like this. I might add a little bit of depth here or there. If we are doing it with an educated precision, you know, we have tried it earlier, it came out well. We tried it earlier, it didn't come out well. Then we tried several times and got it right. Okay, so now we can use that technique to get some plants out here, some grass out here, some rock out here. Yeah, that is a practice, practice, practice. That's how we get our effect. So I'm increasing the depth here because this is the closest, right? I'm not going to do much here. Yes, that's the edge. I might sign here. So I want a little bit of loose space out here. Not exactly empty space, but a loose space. Now the most interesting part would be the how we are going to handle the water, right? That's going to be interesting. It looks as if I'm just touching up like that and it's taking shape. Now I have practiced this 100 times. I have failed. சரியாகவே வராமல் கெட்டு குட்டிச்சவரெல்லாம் போயிருக்கு. அதுக்கப்புறம் ஓஹோ இப்படி தான் செஞ்சு பார்க்கணுமா, இப்படி செஞ்சு பார், அப்படி செஞ்சு பார்க்கணுமா, அப்படி செஞ்சு பார், எப்படியே செஞ்சு பார்த்து ஐ ஹவ் அச்சீவ்ட் ரிசல்ட். ஸோ அதுதான் எப்படி ப்ராக்டிஸ், கீப் ப்ராக்டிஸிங் till you achieve what you want to achieve. That's the only way to do this. Okay, now I think I need a little bit of burn sienna. Usually when I'm taking a class, I'll be having two monitors. One with the camera, of course, and the other, the camera will be, camera vision will be seen there. And this monitor will also be, that will be a laptop, and that monitor will also be recording me so that my students can see me. So that is how I do it. Here I am not doing it because for that I'll have to go to a projection, right? I'll have to go and project, which I don't want to do now. Okay, I'll come and manage these parts. I want to manage that first. My blue is also over, so let me take a little bit of Prussian blue. No, I think I'll take ultramarine blue. So that will be bright. Prussian blue will be deep. Prussian blue has a little bit of crimson to the cobalt blue. No, so that's how it increases the depth. How do you decide that? Practice, practice, practice. That's the only way you can decide. Suddenly I started doubting whether it's working out well or not. So I wanted to try this out and it works. Yes. Now I'll go back to this. Yeah, show a little bit of detail like that, and it looks as if everything has been done with that kind of a careful precision, though we are not doing it. As you can see, we are not doing too much of careful precision, but you do a little bit of that out there, and everything looks very precise. Right? That's one technique that you can follow to get a realistic look. Again, I'm being very hesitant to increase the depth suddenly. I'm going, I am I am being very careful about this. I was actually planning to have a very swift class showing how the mist is done, but it's becoming more and more complicated. But nothing wrong in that, right? We are learning. Only in dark areas you will see branches and trunks. uh, because in the lighter areas will be where the plant is having its canopy out right out. Okay, so branches can come out of there to stick out like that. Okay, but branches will not be growing there. So that will be the way you'll show the branch, and you'll show the branches out here. You'll show the branches here. And you will see that you represent the branches with logic. If there's a branch coming out like that, let the branch be going like that. You know, don't let the branches be broken too much. Huh? There are very simple ways of showing the leaves and branches. Obviously, I'm not using those methods because once you get used to that method, you won't do this at all. So, all your paintings will look casually done. Nothing wrong in that. But you learn how to do seriously, make masterpieces, and then you come out and do the casual ones. Now, like once you do this, you will see some branches, some plants, some elements, natural elements as well as man-made elements, and you will immediately know how to represent them easily. But how to get the detailing is something that you will have to patiently learn. If you don't learn it now, you will never learn it. I know of very good, very famous artists, watercolorists, other medium like acrylic, oil. I know many of them who can't do serious work, meaning realistic work, studies. They will immediately say it is not necessary. Photography is there. Yeah, everything is there. Artificial, uh, everything is there. So, so we don't need a society, is it? No, that's not true. Detailed work like this does not exist the way we want it to exist in nature. Okay? So we want something like this in this place, we want something like that in that place. How do we do it? That's what we are learning. How to do things that nature might have had but doesn't have now. So I want that to exist. That's what we are doing. Now you're seeing brushstrokes. Okay. I'll be posting the photographs, of course. After 3 4 days, you look at this painting, and you will be shocked to see so many details that you didn't notice when you were watching the painting being done. Because we are trying to find out how a certain thing is done. We are not interested in looking at the painting. We are looking at something else. Okay. So tomorrow you come back and see this painting. You'll be surprised to see so much is seen, so much that we didn't do is visible. That is what art is all about. Okay, we are almost done with this. We have to do a tree out there, and then we come to the water. I think I'm going to stop for a while. I'm tired. Huh? I'm going to stop for a while. Of course, you won't know the difference because it'll be the next segment of work. So I'm going to stop for a while and come back. Okay. I'll do a little bit of detailing out here. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take a photograph and